Okay, we're back. Second podcast, lovely. I've been getting actually a little bit hype before I started recording. I started getting dead excited. It's like a thing that I tend to do. I tend to get like really excited before stuff like food. Once I've ordered food, oh my, I get this little rush of like, do you know what I mean, bundle of energy kind of thing. So I just got that. We've got a creaky chair. We might have to invest in a new chair. Anyway. I don't know if you can hear it on the audio, but maybe not, who knows. But episode 2, we're back. Today, we're going to be doing a podcast, basically. The first few, I'm on the wrong thing. The first few podcasts are basically just going to be like, almost like a get to understand me. Not a get to know me, a get to understand me. Because I do tend to think a little bit weird, a little bit different. But today, it's overrated, underrated. So we're going to go through a few things that we think, do you know what, is this underrated, is this overrated? I'll give a little brief on why things may be overrated or underrated, or what people don't tend to do when they do an overrated, underrated, is throw in the odd occasion of properly rated. Do you know what I mean? Like, not everything has to be so polarised, do you know what I mean? So let's get on with it anyway. So basically, I put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok, and we got various different subjects of, you know, different things on what to overrate or underrate or whatever to review. And I've narrowed them down into different sections. So the first one will be food, then there's going to be people, then the next one will be things/concepts. I need to stop. I need to make sure I look at the camera. Anyway, things and / concepts, TV and film, and then the last one is, I don't know, this could be a funny one, it might not be, we don't know, vulgar / lost souls. Yeah, I don't know, people for whatever reason just think, do you know what, let's give Danny the worst things ever to like overrate or underrate. So I'll save that till last. I don't know, it's kind of disturbing. Anyway, oh yeah, so I looked through the comments and like just little bits of feedback and whatever. I really do appreciate everyone who commented. Everyone, even though I said in the previous podcast, I said, please give me like feedback, like, oh hey, like, this was good, or that weren't that great, or, you know, stuff like that, so I know where to improve and how to get better and blah blah blah. But like, I'm not ungrateful here when I'm saying this. Like, I am saying it with a bit of gratitude as well. But it was just like, this was great, I love you, please, I don't know, impregnate me, I don't know. It was just all like lovely little comments, and I thought, oh, this is nice. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I've accumulated a lot of lovely people who tend to enjoy my content, which is a good thing. But there was no feedback, but there was a question, to be fair, that, well, I haven't looked in a few days, but when I did look, there was a question. Talk about the red bandana bracelet. So I'm going to go over this question and then I'll get into the overrated, underrated. But so for people who are listening, I still haven't sorted the Spotify out. That will be done though by the time you hear this, most likely. Anyway, but for people on YouTube who are watching, I have like a red bandana bracelet on my wrist. I also have like a blue one as well, but the red bandana bracelet has been questioned, basically. Talk about the red bandana bracelet, what does it mean, a little bit of an origin story. So in the summers, I used to go to a summer camp in America, not like Camp America, you know, great little experience. I went with Camp Leaders in Liverpool, if anyone knows the organisation. They're really good. Not just that, if you go a second time, or third, fourth, fifth, as long as you're a returner, they call it, you don't have to pay as much for their service. They don't make a profit on you, they just kind of help you out and get you, that you have to basically just pay all the costs for you know, your paperwork and blah blah blah, but they don't make a profit from it. So it's pretty good. If you go again, it's a lot more cheaper and you know how to do things a lot more quicker. But anyway, I went to a summer camp in Boston, and what we do is we have a night where we've been together for like 2 or 3 weeks with the children, do you know what I mean? Like, we've bonded, And it's just a night where we all show appreciation to each other. We sort of say like, hey, like thanks, like the kids will be like, hey, thanks for taking care of us for like the last 3 weeks. Like we do appreciate you. We've done this. Like it might be like a big massive drawing, or it might be like some sort of gesture, like a gift almost to you as a counsellor anyway, to show appreciation. And it's just like a nice little night where everyone's appreciated, everyone feels valued, and it's like a nice little end to that little period of time that you've been with them specific kids. And yeah, so during that night, what we do is we get bandanas, and we kind of like rip them into like these little, you know, obviously like little string if you want. And but before we do that, we write down like everyone's name on the bandana, this one like big bandana, and we like write our goals and just stuff like that, stuff that we felt like is necessary for us all to kind of like together as a group, kind of like I don't know, you know, something that we can put on our wrist, and it's like, you know, you've got a part of everyone kind of like on your wrist. I don't know, it's a nice gesture. My one specifically though, I had everyone's name and the one that's on my wrist anyway, and like goals that we wanted to achieve, or like just little mottos and stuff like that. So it's nice. I've had a few of them because I've been there quite a few times. I try and make them last as long as I can, like. But this one, it's still going strong. This one was from 20. There was no 2020 because COVID, so 2019. This is from. I've had this on my wrist for pretty much 2 years. But anyway, so that's the red bandana bracelet. But anyway, into overrated, underrated. I enjoy this type of stuff because, I don't know, I just think it's like, it's nice. You're just throwing your little opinion out there, even though it's not valid. Well, it is valid. But who cares about my opinion? I do, but you don't have to. But anyway, I think it's good to start off the overrated, underrated with one just being like offensive to a group of people. I feel like it's necessary for us to offend a group of people. I think that's necessary for this podcast to kind of grow and flourish in today's society. So the first one is horoscope / astrology / zodiac. I don't know, all that jibber jabber. It's by someone from Jordan. So Jordan, I hope you don't believe in it. If I'm totally honest, it's overrated. It's got to be overrated. Like, I just don't know. Like, so I was thinking about it when I wrote it down. So I wrote them all down on my laptop in the groups and whatever, like, you know, the categories. And honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I just thought it's just a bit stupid. So don't get me wrong, to some degree it can make sense. It can make sense to me that, oh, if you were born around this time, you're going to be a bit different to someone who's born that time. Don't get me wrong, generational, that will make a difference. But we've all seen the clip of, I don't know who it is, he's like a grime or a rapper or someone, like a grime artist, and he says, do you really think that someone born at 11:59 or like 12 versus like 1 minute past 1 really does have like a total different like personality, and like now they're going to be totally different? No, it's just a bit stupid. But then I went a step further and I think, okay, what happens if you're born like near the deadline, right? And then someone else is born the exact same time as you, like exact same time in the universe, yeah? But they're born in Australia. They're in a different zodiac now, due to just our little thing that we've made. Nothing to do with the stars, nothing to do with real time, nothing to do with space. Purely something we created. So, okay, so are we gonna, what do we do there, Mr. Astrology or Zodiac man? Like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit stupid. It's just a bit stupid. So it's overrated. Simple as, let's offend the Zodiac followers, okay? Zodiac people, you're foolish, okay? I'm not going to go too far and call you an idiot, because you might be educated. You might be actually quite clever, naturally. But I'm going to go with you're a fool. You're a fool. A lot of foolery goes along, I don't even know. I can't even get my words out. I think it's about time I take a sip of water. Anyway, so next category, food. First one, by Lucy, Fanta Fruit Twist. I think personally, I don't really drink fizzy drinks anymore. However, when I did drink fizzy drinks, Fanta Fruit Twist, one of my favourites. So I'm going to go with underrated because I don't see a lot of people with it. When I like something and I'm enjoying it, if I don't see a lot of people with it, I can only assume it's, you know, it's underrated. So I'm going to go with underrated. This one right now is an unbelievable one, right? They typed it as breakfast tea, but I know exactly what they mean. It was by someone called Gio, and basically it's a cooked brekkie, so English breakfast, you know, like sausages, bacon, beans, all that stuff, whatever. But for your tea, for your dinner, for your evening meal, underrated, very underrated. I've had it many times. It's a staple meal in my household. We love it, so it's definitely underrated. Jess says Nando's. See, okay. Nando's is like something else that I'm going to bring up later, because I know the list of stuff coming up. Nando's is a tough one. Nando's has basically been through so much like transition when it comes to overrated, underrated. So it come along years ago, didn't it? Like Liverpool 1, for anyone in Liverpool, you know what Liverpool 1 is. It came, everyone loved it. It was like, oh my god, this is the best. Then it got, obviously, because it got hype, it went to like the general public, if you want, not the hipsters or whatever, I don't know, the people who are onto it first. They go there and they go, why have you told me this is amazing when it's just chicken? Like, this is just chicken, maybe on a burger, maybe in a wrap. I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like, people just were like, this is just chicken, like, why have you told me this is amazing? So then it became overrated, if you know what I mean. It's always to do with the momentum of the hype. That's what I feel makes something overrated or underrated. So with Nando's, it's difficult. So me personally, when it had loads of hype and it was like everyone loved it and it was potentially becoming overrated, I was just like, I'm not going there. And it took me years before I went to Nando's. So like, my perception of Nando's is underrated, definitely at the moment, but I don't know about the general public. I don't know what they see it like. But I personally like Nando's. Little tip for anyone: if you don't like spicy sauces and you don't want to be boring and get plain or like lemon and herb, there's actually a sauce that I get which is called the Peri Tamer, so Tamer. Yeah, that's barbecue sauce basically. You've got to specifically request it though at the till, but little tip. Next one, McDonald's, from Haley. Haley said McDonald's. Honestly, it's just, I'm gonna say it's overrated, McDonald's. What change has there been over the years? Like, what change has happened? I don't think anything's really happened. We've introduced a few new things, but nothing's like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not getting nothing new on the stuff that's actually been there for years. And I get it, like, you want a bit of, you know, consistency and blah blah, but I don't know, I think it's overrated. Like, it's McDonald's, it's consistent at least, but it's overrated in my opinion. And you said Little Moons. Little Moons are good. The only one that I've had is the passion fruit one. They were like purple with like yellowy inside. They were very nice. However, I do know they have a lot of hype around them. So are they overrated or underrated? It being in my mouth and the hype that I've heard, I think underrated. But it's difficult. I think everyone should try them, personally. So, because everyone hasn't tried them, I'm going to go with underrated. Okay, Ellie says, crumpets with lots of butter. I don't know about the lots of butter. A bit of butter, quite a bit of butter, yeah. Lots of butter, I don't know. It kind of seeps through the bottom, because it's like holes and stuff. I don't know. I do like crumpets. I feel like not enough people eat crumpets. However, when you're eating the crumpets, there's a few things in life that I really don't like, right? And it's always to do with like dryness. I don't know, chalkboards. Ugh. Like, just that dryness, if you get me, it goes through me. and I hate it when I eat too many crumpets and my teeth starts going like dry, and you can hear them like going like touching each other. Do you know what I mean? Like I hate that. So crumpets, it's probably gonna have to be under. Nah, I'm gonna go with properly rated. No, crumpets underrated or properly rated? I'm gonna go with properly rated. I feel like you shouldn't have them all the time, so we're gonna go with that. Properly rated. Shouldn't have them all the time. Chinese food. Owen says Chinese food, so I'm thinking of like a chippy personally. That's what I think of like Chinese food. Noodles, you know what I mean? You might get like chippy chips with a egg foo young, or no, foo young means egg. Chicken foo young, all that stuff. Lovely. I think I'm gonna say underrated purely because when you think of going out to go to a restaurant again, food, nice food. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, yeah. Big moment. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I sneezed. That's a big moment for the podcast, this. First sneeze ever on podcast. You heard it here first. Sorry for anyone just listening audio-wise. That might have been loud. I don't know. Maybe I'll give you a warning. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, when you go into like a restaurant, I feel you don't necessarily think of like Chinese kind of like chippy food basically. I feel like you don't think of that, but when you do go to a restaurant and you get that, it's actually incredible. So I'm gonna go with underrated. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite takeout foods, Chinese food. So we're gonna go with underrated. There's specifically a place in town that I go. I'm not gonna say because I like the fact it's always empty. I'm not saying that this podcast will influence the world to then make it busy, but I just like that I go there and there's literally like 2 tables maybe out of probably like 4, probably like 12 tables like total, and I like the fact that there's only normally like 2 tables full. You know what I mean? There's so much space, so much room for activities. So next one is Ryan. Ryan says Jaffa cakes. No, Jaffa cakes are phenomenal. However, hear me out. I personally don't like the on-brand Jaffa cakes. I like off-brand. I like Primark Jaffa cakes. I like knockoff Jaffa cakes. I like fake Jaffa cakes. Blagger cakes, maybe, I don't know. But I like the blag ones, the fake ones, the not real ones, off-brand. So the actual treat itself, like the, you know, like it's like just the Jaffa cake, I think is phenomenal. Underrated, that would be underrated. But the brand Jaffa cakes, I think is overrated. So overall, we're gonna go with overrated, but the actual treat itself is phenomenal. I hope that makes sense to people. Otherwise, it's gonna sound weird. Next one. Right, Sophie threw in a few. Oh no, she didn't. She threw in. Oh no, yeah, she did. She threw in a few. Yeah, right. So we're gonna have to speed through this one. But basically, she put extra. This is a weird one. Extra large cheese crisp. Partly don't even know what that means. Like, do you just mean like cheese crisp? She also put KFC and Burger King. KFC overrated. The last 3 out of the last 6 times that I've had it, I've had diarrhea. You don't need to know that, but I'm gonna say too oily. It is nice though, but it's just not good for my bumhole. Burger King underrated. The double XL bacon double cheeseburger, whatever that is, very nice. Always get it in the airport. That's an airport food, Burger King. I don't really go, you know, in general, but when I'm in the airport, we're getting that burger. It's phenomenal. It's lovely. We like it. What was the other one she said? Extra large cheese crisp. Honestly, oh yeah. So Burger King's underrated. KFC's overrated. Extra large cheese crisp. I like that. I'm just gonna say overrated purely because it's a terrible a terrible way to put the question. Like, what is extra large cheese grip? Just like a big bag of cheese grip. Like, it's not even like cheese and onion, just cheese. I don't know, it's overrated. Right, now we're on to people. Right, the first one straight away is from Owen, and it's Bobby Firmino. And he's the Liverpool player. He hasn't been getting many goals. Has he got many assists? Not really either. Overall, he plays well-ish. Do you know what I mean? This season, not great, but you know, it's a write-off anyway. But this was what I was saying earlier, where like Nando's, he's been overrated for so much time. So then it makes, when you overrate something for so long, it becomes underrated. It's always to do with the hype, the momentum of the hype makes someone overrated, makes something overrated or underrated. So with Bobby, he got overrated for a long time, so he became underrated. Then he's become underrated for that long. It became then became overrated. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, but at the moment, I'd have to say overrated. I know what he's capable of. Me personally, I feel like I properly rate him. I feel like I rate players fairly accurately, but I know the general public would say it's overrated, so we're gonna put it on on the record as overrated. Okay. Owen also put how I have a skinhead, so I probably should have put him in the lost souls category because he does sound like a lost soul right now. But how I have a skinhead, it's definitely underrated, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. Enrique Iglesias, yes. Alicia asked, Enrique Iglesias is an easy underrated completely. The best artist on the planet. Made the best song ever, makes the best music videos ever, very sensual, very seductive, completely underrated. He's Spanish as well, so it just like, you know, oozes that kind of sexuality kind of aspect. But yeah, very, very erotic man. Now we have Heather is asking for Beyonce. Beyonce? I don't know too much about Beyonce, to be honest. Is she talented? Very much so. Like she's got like everything. She's like got like the attractiveness. She's got the talent. She's got like that kind of status as well. So but however, because everyone knows her and everyone knows that, I think she's properly rated. I'm gonna go with properly rated, purely because, you know, she's Beyonce. Everyone, you know what you're getting with Beyonce, so I'm going to say properly rated. I don't think she's overrated nor underrated. Exactly rated. Danny DeVito, Kelsey asked. Danny DeVito. Anytime you watch Danny DeVito, he is a joy, to be fair. He's always good. I've not watched it personally, like the actual whole series, but Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But he's in that. Apparently the show dramatically improved with his arrival. So yeah, we're gonna go with underrated. Hercules, he's like the little guy in Hercules, isn't he? And when I watched that, it's an absolute joy. So yeah, we're gonna go with underrated Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito, you're underrated. Felt like The Apprentice there. You're underrated. You're fine. Next one, Adam Driver. Heather asks. Heather, you've asked a lot throughout these, by the way. Like you've really went to town on asking. You love the Instagram feature where you can just type stuff. Like I've noticed throughout this list, your name is dotted everywhere. But anyway, so what did she ask? Adam Driver. For anyone who doesn't know what Adam Driver is, it's the guy in Star Wars, Kylo Ren, the new bad guy, the new the new Darth Vader-esque character. I think I like him personally. People say I look like him. I don't know how much of a compliment that is. He's got a massive nose. We do have similar hair, similar features, I guess. But I don't know. I think acting-wise, he was in that movie. So there's a movie basically where it's about divorce, and there's this scene that literally, it's as if like it's just two people in school doing like a drama performance. It's literally like kind of, it's weird. It's not the best. But I think for whatever reason I'm gonna go with underrated. He got the backlash for that bad scene. but I feel like he's got a lot to offer. I feel like he wouldn't be in demand for roles if he wasn't good. That's why how I always see it with actors. When you see these actors and you're like, how have they got that part? Like, how have they got that? I just think they must be showing something. It's like in football where you see a player, Mason Mount for instance, before he was like getting all that. Mason Mount, by the way, is a phenomenal footballer, but before he was getting all the goals and the assists and he was just always in the team, a lot of people were like, why is he in the team? Get Havertz or someone else on, kind of thing. He is always in the team, and I just think he must be doing something behind the scenes. He must be listening to the coach completely and executing exactly what they want. And in training room, he must be phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? So I always try to think, like, do you know what? It's called ociolism. Understanding your perspective is only a small part of the whole story. Let's show a bit of ociolism, people. I'll let you reflect on that after the podcast. Ociolism, if you want to Google it, then you can. I'm not going to spell it, I'm not good at spelling. Anyway, so Adam Driver, underrated. Jack has asked Jim Carrey, right? This, right? I'm a big fan of Enrique Iglesias, yeah? Like, don't get me wrong, he's like the guilty pleasure who has evolved into the utter pleasure, but I am telling you right now, Jim Carrey is a phenomenal, well, I don't know, because he might have done terrible things, we don't know. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, he is so underappreciated. I am telling you now, to the world, he is so undervalued, so underappreciated, so underrated. I am telling you now, the way that man thinks and sees things is completely ahead of his time. I'm telling you now. So it's that narrative that he's like lost the plot a little bit. Like if you watch his interviews, his current like interviews that are more recent, people would say, oh my god, Jim Carrey's like lost the plot. I am telling you now, he is speaking more sense than anyone I've ever heard, almost. Well, he's in the top 10 at least for sense spoken. But yeah, Jim Carrey, phenomenal actor. He's kind of like, he's that kind of handsome where it's like, is he an Enrique Iglesias? Is he a Brad Pitt? Is he a, do you know what I mean? He's not like up there, but he's handsome enough for you to be like, yeah, he's handsome. So he's got that. Funny as ever, like super funny, super talented, super clued up. I just think, put all that together, Jim Carrey, special man. I never used to understand the whole, what's your spirit animal? I remember going to camp and someone said, what's your spirit animal, Danny? And I just thought, what conversation is even this? Like, I just politely said, oh, I don't know, what's yours? I'm a wolf, because I feel like I'm a leader. No, just, it doesn't exist. Just please, politely, be quiet. However, years later, I come to the conclusion, if someone asked me, what's your spirit animal? I'd probably say Jim Carrey, honestly. It sounds stupid, but Jim Carrey, genuinely, like, I feel like I'm connected in some sort of way. Not necessarily connected, but he just speaks to me, honestly. He speaks to me. It's stuff that he says just instantly just goes in, and I'm just like, wow, I know exactly where you're coming from, yeah. Phenomenal man. Next one, BTS, the K-pop band, I'm assuming. By some, the username, I couldn't tell like what it said, so I just put skirt. Yeah, I don't know. BTS, I've only ever heard one song properly. It was the Dynamites. So the fact I've only heard one song and they're that big, like that, the fact I only know one song properly and they're that big and like people say they're amazing and that, I'm probably gonna say they're overrated. If I listen to them more, I probably know, but uneducated opinion, we're just gonna go with overrated. I don't know. Overrated. BTS, overrated. But anyway, next one. Yes, now we're talking. Slovenian family drama. I probably put this in the wrong category. I probably should have put it somewhere else. However, Slovenian family drama. It's by, from someone called Megan. Megan's a big fan of the Slovenian family dramas. But yeah, underrated completely. I said this in the last podcast, I'm sure of it. they're just little dolls that can't even move, but they just get dressed up in these little cute outfits. Like, it sounds pathetic what I'm saying right now, but I promise you now, it's just, they're so funny because they just have these little captions. They always have good song in the background, and they have the captions for like what they're saying. No voiceover, just literally the captions, you've got to read it. And it's just so funny, it's so stupid. Like, on one of them it was like, oh my god, where did you get the gun? And then they'll say Depop, and they go, ooh, sustainable. I don't know, for me it's funny. I like it. It's almost because it's pathetic, it's also more funnier. But yeah, underrated completely. The next one, it's by Soph. She's a regular viewer of mine, and she said the girl from Base Hunter video. So when I mentioned it in one of my TikTok lives, there's a girl in Base Hunter. Like, Base Hunter, I don't even know what he is. I think he's a DJ, but there was this girl in his music videos all the time, and me and my mates used to absolutely buzz off. I used to think, wow, she's incredible. So purely through nostalgia, I'm gonna say underrated, because I feel like she just doesn't get a mention in today's society. So we're definitely gonna go with underrated, because younger Danny and his mates used to be like, lad, she's unbelievable. Have I seen her now? Yeah, she's pretty, don't get me wrong, but I don't really care for it. But she's underrated, purely through nostalgia. Abby said Danny Roberts. Me, Danny Roberts. Am I underrated or overrated? You know the answer. You're thinking it right now. Of course he is. He is overrated. Like, I'm telling you now, I'm lazy. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm not actually that funny, personally. Like, people laugh at my videos. I laugh at the stuff that I'm writing, and I think it's funny. But I don't know. Like, I think I could do a lot better, personally. I think I'm overrated at the moment. I think where I could be, I'm very much underrated. Like, like, how can I explain it? So me as entertainment, I think I'm overrated. Me as something to buy into, something to invest in, underrated. I feel like I've got a long journey ahead of me, and I feel like I'm going to execute ideas and implement, things into my kind of career that could either set me apart or just be like, kind of like, wow, that's a big move. I don't know. I feel like in that sense I'm underrated, because I'm only in coming up to a year into my journey, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm underrated in that aspect. But entertainment wise, like my videos and that, they're probably overrated, if I'm totally honest. But yeah, so that's people done. Now we're on to things/concepts. Okay, so Steve M, you're my guy. I probably should have just put Steve M in people. He's very much underrated. Do never ever forget that, people. Steve M, underrated. But Steve M, my guy, has also asked, is New Year's Eve underrated or overrated? And New Year's Eve, okay. New Year's Eve, it's kind of overrated, because at the end of the day, there's nothing about it. It's just a change of a date. Do we celebrate the change of a month? No, we don't. I know it comes more frequent, so it'd be a bit more annoying to celebrate the change of a month all the time. But at the end of the day, it's just exactly the same as July going to June, July, August. Yeah, I probably should have done June and July there. I'm bad with months. Anyway, so it's like June going into July. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a change of a month. So it is a bit overrated in that aspect, but the times I've had on New Year's Eve has actually been really good. I've had my best nights have come from New Year's Eve, probably, party wise. So I don't know, it's a difficult one, though. Like, the concept of it is literally kind of stupid, but I've had phenomenal times. So me personally, I'm gonna say it's underrated, because I've had phenomenal times on New Year's. So I'm gonna go with underrated, but the concept itself, yeah, it's kind of dumb. So next one, the 21st of June. The 21st of June. Heather said that. Heather this is Heather, the person who keeps typing so many things. But Heather said 21st of June. For anyone who doesn't know, anyone who lives under a rock in the UK, the 21st of June is when we're free. Finally, no more lockdown restrictions. The clubs will be open, restaurants will be open. You'll be able to just like live life. That's what they're saying. I personally don't think it's gonna happen. I think I think the 21st of June, like the unlock, may happen. But I think we'll go back into like some sort of like restrictions literally like 2 weeks later. That's my opinion on it. But I think if people treat it properly, it's an underrated time. I think if it gets treated properly, that first day, 21st of June, when everything unlocks, if that gets treated properly, I think it could become a day in culture that we celebrate yearly. If people go out and like just have a boss time, almost like bank holiday, I think 21st of June could potentially become a yearly thing that people celebrate, where it's like, this was the day where we got over the pandemic completely and we got normality back. I think it could become a thing within culture. So with that potential, I'm gonna say it's underrated. I'm looking forward to 21st of June. Will I be going out? Of course I'll be going out. Do I normally go out and want to party and want to drink and stuff like that? Not really. I used to do it a lot, but nowadays I don't really bother. Partly because we can't as well, but you know, this keeps creeping to do my head. But anyway, yeah, so very much underrated, I reckon. The potential it's got, very much underrated, but we'll see when it actually happens. We might revisit it. Okay, the Danny Roberts podcast, Jack's asked. So Abby asked Danny Roberts. The Danny Roberts podcast, I'm overrated. My potential, underrated. The Danny Roberts podcast, underrated, because it also has potential. It has potential to go somewhere. Just have to drink of water. It's got potential. I think it does. I think, like I said, the ideas I've got, it can go places, I think, personally. But we're just having fun. We're just having fun with it at the end of the day. That's what it's about. Let's have a bit of fun. Let's test this out. Because at the end of the day, I might hate this. And if I hate this, I probably will revisit it. If I hate something, I may revisit it or not do it at all. So for instance, it's a bit of effort because I've got to like do stuff. Like I've got to gather stuff for me to talk about, I guess. But if I had a team around me, it'd be a lot easier. Like they could just like, I don't know, surf the web and find stuff for me to like talk about and review and, I don't know, overrate, underrate. Like they could just literally search Twitter and just, you know, get me to answer stuff or give advice or blah blah blah. But where this could go, like I personally think like I might do like different kind of podcasty kind of things. So like I want people to understand like this is kind of like a free flowing kind of entity, and I want it to be like, so for instance, there might be days, like it could be like how can I explain it? Like maybe like a schedule. So like on it, if I release 3 of them a week, let's say I get to a point where that, or daily, who knows, I'd like to do call-ins where people can call in, ask for advice. So you know what I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good at advice. I've experienced a lot. I'm very much a deep thinker, so I've thought about a lot. I've educated myself on a lot, like whether it be like marketing, business, psychology, kind of just like life as well. How to be happy, stuff like that. And I'd like to have times where we literally go on like either Discord or just my phone, and we like have people call in. We give advice and we just have a little 5-minute chat, 10-minute chat. Depends how deep it gets. You know what I mean? It'll go a bit longer. How much value there is to the audience and then the person calling in. But yeah, I think the Danny Roberts podcast, very much underrated. But yeah, I didn't even say at the start, welcome to episode 2 of the Danny Roberts Experience. I never said that. I've changed my mind. I'm overrated. Everything's overrated. Anyway, no, underrated. Okay, scoliosis. I submitted this because on my video to basically say, guys, submit your overrated, underrated on TikTok. I said scoliosis is underrated, and it is underrated. Do you know what I mean? Like, whether you give someone scoliosis through, like, I don't know, romantic activities, whether they just have it, do you know what I mean, through like some sort of borderline abuse, I don't know, like, but it's very much underrated. It can go wrong, but you know, like, whatever, do you know what I mean? A little bit of scoliosis, who cares? Underrated. The beach. So this is Heather again, and she put another one straight after it, which I don't even know what it is, but she put the beach. I don't know if she meant the movie The Beach or just the beach, like going to the beach. The beach. I think it's overrated. And I'll tell you why. You think when you go to the beach, you think of kind of the pool, like as if you go in the pool, how much of a good time you have at the pool when you're going on holiday, or just even if you're somewhere in nice weather and you've got a pool. Going in the pool is a nice kind of feeling. You have the sun lounges, the floor is completely clean, you jump in the pool, you get out, you might even have the little shower thing. The pool is good. However, the beach, if it's windy, sand's going. It might not even be on sand, it could be a pebbly beach, like the rock beaches, like, who even likes them? But yeah, so you go there, you go in the water, it's always crowded, let's be honest. Not all the time. I actually went to a beach in Australia, oh my god, phenomenal. Actually, this might change my mind for it to be underrated. This beach is underrated. So Cronulla is the place that I went. So Cronulla Beach, kind of crowded. If you go down a little bit further, it's called something else beach. Phenomenal. Sand, beautiful. Pretty much empty. Lovely water. Now I'm thinking of that stuff, I'm thinking, actually we've got a problem. But I'm thinking of just like your general beach, nothing, your average beach. We're gonna go with the average beach. I'm also thinking of a phenomenal beach that I went. So there's a place in Australia called Whit Sundays. Get on this is phenomenal, this, right? Forget about overrated, underrated, this is phenomenal. So I went to a beach in Australia, and it's in Whit Sundays. Now this beach is seen as literally like a delicacy to their country. These protect it. It's like got like laws around it to protect this beach, because it's so good, and it's quoted to be like, its nickname is called Paradise on Earth. I'm telling you now, if you Google Whit Sundays, so it's WHIT Sundays, just like the day, beach, it looks literally like a sandals advert. No, is it sandals? I don't know. Looks like an advert for like an amazing holiday paradise. And yeah, the sand. So when you're walking on the sand and it's hot, yeah, the reason it's hot and it's burning your feet is because there's iron. There's iron in the sand, right? And obviously metal conducts heat. So that's why it's hot on your feet and you're like, ooh. But this beach, right, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's because the sun was that hot or whatever, I don't know, but this sand has no iron in it. So we're on this beach, yeah, right, it's 45, 40 degrees, like heat, so it's hot, proper hot, and we're walking on the sand, and literally it's like cool, not like when you stand on like tiles maybe, where it's like kind of cold. It was like that. Even though it was roasting and we're like sweating and like, you know what I mean, trying to find shade literally anywhere we can, the sand itself was just cool. It was not hot. I couldn't get my head around it. I was like, what the hell? So basically, this sand as well, it's so pure and fine that if you were to take like a scoop and put it like in a bottle and try to take it, if you get caught with that, it's like a federal crime. Like you can get prison time for it, I think. I'm pretty sure you can. There's only ever been one time in history where it's been like authorised for someone / organisation to take sand from that beach, and it was 1 ton, I think, 1 ton of sand, like a ton of weight of sand basically, and that one time was for NASA to basically make this telescope that obviously like has benefited like our understanding of like space and blah 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 and planets. But yeah, that's the only time it's ever been like authorised. I've just spent a lot of time on beach. Average beaches, very much overrated. It's, you know, you go in the water, you walk out, you got sand all over you, what the hell's going on? But the beaches I've been to, very much underrated because they're just literally phenomenal. Yeah, there's the answer. Next. Yeah, Heather asked again, well, I don't even know what this is, Heather. Mirrored furniture. What does that mean? Is it literally like a couch but it's made of mirrors? Like you sit on it and you can literally see your legs, like I don't know, like as you're about to sit down you can see your bum about to like press against the mirror. I don't know what it means, mirrored furniture. Is it just furniture that's sort of facing each other and they're just identical, it looks symmetrical? Like, I'm just gonna say that's overrated no matter what. No matter what, that's overrated. Because I don't know what it is. Cults. Judel says cults. I'll tell you what, right? Cults, they get a bad rap. Everyone thinks, oh my god, a cult, like, that's absolutely like atrocious. Like, why would I ever want to join a cult? Like, I don't want to be manipulated. I don't want to be abused. Do you know what I mean? This is terrible. Cults get a bad rap, right? Listen, right. I think personally, cults, they're underrated. Because they're so overrated, do you know what I mean? Like, because they've become so overrated and so hated for so long, I feel like they're underrated now. The momentum is, the pendulum has swung. I think that's the saying. But yeah, I think they're underrated personally. Like, I personally have created a cult on TikTok. If anyone's interested, it's borderline abusive. Like, legally, I've got to tell you it's borderline abusive, but if you forget about the borderline abuse, we're actually so welcoming. Everyone has a laugh. We're all friends. It's a good time. But legally, do not forget that I told you it's borderline abusive. Just for like in court and stuff like that. But if you forget about the borderline abuse, but legally do not forget about the borderline abuse. It's honestly a good time. So yeah, cults underrated. Let's see what's next. Holidays, the festive season. This is Adam. Adam, you I'm not gonna say where, but and if you comment, don't say where either. I like footy to be like a kind of little, I'm not saying like I'm a pure celebrity, but I like it to be an utter escape where I just walk, go to footy, have a good time with mates, and then we're back. But you're on the pitch before me, and we have this like kind of weird kind of thing where we don't say hello to each other. I don't know. I feel a bit weird personally to actually just say, hey Adam, but I know you also personally feel a little bit weird to be like, hey Danny. So I don't know what we need to do. We definitely see each other. You let me know. But the festive seasons, I love them. I love Christmas. It's literally the best time of the year, especially as you get older and it becomes less about like presents and gifts and stuff like that. And you just absolutely appreciate the family and like your friends and just all your loved ones, whoever's in your life. It's just such a nice time. Lovely. You go to town, all the lights are on, it's dark. Like, no one thinks, well, I don't know. I personally don't think of like early mornings, Christmas. I never think of that. Christmas Day, sure. But the run up to Christmas, I never really think of like the early morning, it's like grey sky because it's Liverpool. I think of the late nights, the evenings where it's dark, there's lights on. It's just like everyone's wrapped up, everyone's going shopping, everyone's getting like a little hot chocolate. Unbelievable. Halloween's a good time as well. Yeah, festive season, dramatically underrated. No matter how high we rate it, dramatically underrated. I love Christmas. Anyway, so ghost poos. Ryan, my guy, he said ghost poos. Now, with a ghost poo, right? Okay. I might have a different definition of a ghost poo. I'm going to break it down. Is a ghost poo where you poo, you look at the toilet, like you get up to wipe. Also, I found out the other day, some people don't stand up and wipe. I'm going to put it out there. I stand up and wipe. People sit down and they wipe. Like, what the hell? Well, since when? I need to ask me family, what do they do? Because I'm going to be shocked if people sit down. Like, that's just bizarre. I don't know. Like, I feel like you can't get everything unless you stand up. you're able to like maneuver yourself a lot more. So it's like why wouldn't you? I heard apparently, you know, but that means your cheeks close, and then like obviously everything gets all dirty elsewhere. No, like no, it doesn't. I like to stay like semi bent over when I stand, just so the cheeks don't. Like, we're getting too far into this anyway. Right. So a ghost poo is a ghost poo when you poo. Right. Once you stand up, for whatever reason, whether you're gonna wipe or just appreciate, it's up to you. The poo is gone. It's gone. Is that a ghost poo, or is it when you wipe? There's nothing on the toilet paper, so you're like, did I just poo? Or is it a combination of both? Because I don't know. Me personally, or is it Harry Potter poo? I don't know. Some people call it Harry Potter poo, ghost poo. I don't know, but it depends what we're talking about. But a ghost poo, there's nothing better than when you wipe and there's nothing there. I still wipe an extra like once or twice though, just to make sure. When there's nothing on the paper. Yeah. We're getting a bit too in depth about my bowel routine and sort of like my toilet activities, but yeah, I wipe a lot. I used to get called in school Danny McWipe a lot. No, I didn't, but I wish I did. For anyone who hears this and then comes into my live, just throw a little Danny McWipe a lot into the chat, and I'll be like, they watch the podcast. Little code words, I like that. So, okay, Ladies' Day. Heather again. She said Ladies' Day. I've personally never been to Ladies' Day, but I'm going to say it's overrated, and I'll tell you why, right? I can imagine, purely because of the nature of men and how much we just want to reproduce. Well, not even reproduce. We want to do the activity of reproducing, but not really reproduce. But because how driven we are by our sexual endeavours, we hear the fact that there's a day dedicated to ladies, and they all dress up and they all go to one specific area and they potentially drink and everyone's having a good time and all that kind of stuff. There's probably more guys there than girls at this point. Like, surely it makes sense that the ratio's like changed, and it's not Ladies' Day, it's like guys wanting Ladies' Day, maybe, I don't know, but surely it's just filled with lads, and it's just like, Ladies' Day, overrated, bang, there you go. The horse racing itself, I don't mind it. I don't really bet, like, in general. We do like maybe like £1 on Grand National Day kind of thing, like on a horse, that's it. Like, literally, like, I don't really gamble, I gamble in life, I gamble with success. Nah. Yeah, not really a big fan. My granddad loves the horses though, loves them. So for him, I'll say that it's still overrated. Sorry, granddad. Tennis. Jack said tennis. Do you know what? I do love tennis. You know, when you play tennis, it's actually fun. Whether it's table tennis, whether it's badminton, whether it's tennis. I know tennis is tennis, but I'm just gonna throw them all in there. Like racket sports. They're super fun, super fun. I enjoy them. Yeah, I enjoy a bit of tennis, whatever format you want to do. Even Wii tennis, I like Wii tennis. I was really good at Wii tennis. But yeah, tennis is really fun. Also though, when we were growing up, it was so funny. No one played tennis all year round. Like, no one played tennis like ever, right? But then once Wimbledon come round, oh, everyone had a racket. Everyone got the racket out. It was just like on the street. But yeah, it was pretty good. Not amazing. Not like go to a club and like dominate or nothing like that. But in school, we used to have like tennis courts, and we used to go there. And apart from like the really good people who used to like actually play for the club, I used to beat everyone. Apart from the club kind of players. But yeah, I like it. Have a little sip of water. Stay hydrated. Water, is it overrated, underrated? You tell me. While I take this sip, you literally, as you're watching or listening, want you to kind of go, overrated, underrated. You have a little, you know, talk and think about, is water, hydration, underrated or overrated? The answer is underrated. Drink your water, people. Make sure you're hydrated. Okay, next, Serbian engineering. So, people, for anyone who doesn't know, in my live, we tend to put rocket emojis and a Serbian flag emoji into the chat all the time. We say up the Serbs, and it all originated from, I can't specifically remember if Ryan, who's asking this now, said, what do you think of Serbian engineering? Or if he said, what do you think this is underrated? And then I just went off on a tangent and just randomly brought up Serbian engineering. But that was basically the birth of like the Serbian theme around my kind of like, I don't know, my personal brand, I guess, I don't know. Also, like, this is not off topic, but slightly off topic, little tangent. We probably should have called this tangent, but anyway, I'm this close, like I was and am, I've actually negotiated on Depop with him, a Serbian, not a Serbian flag, a Serbian scarf. Honestly, like, I'm this close to buying it. Like, it's literally a Serbian scarf. It's like got Serbian writing on it, and then it's got like a Serbian kind of logo on each side. It's like a footy scarf. I'm this close to buying it. By the time I post this, I'll probably have bought it, to be honest. Because why not? Like, it's not that much money for the memes, for the meme culture, but Serbian engineering purely because it created such an identity for my live and my kind of like part of my content and my personal brand. It's 100% underrated. Serbian engineering itself, the actual activity, I'm going to say underrated. Like, how many times do you hear people banging on about Serbian engineering? Probably not, so it's underrated. Tessa says dancing in public. Now, this is the girl who also asked about the red bandana. Probably should have said that earlier, but you know, we move. So Tessa is asking dancing in public, right? So I can go surface deep. We can go a few layers deep. Surface deep, they're probably all the same answer, to be fair, right? Surface deep, we're gonna go with just dancing in public. Yeah, sure, underrated, right? But I'm gonna tell you why properly, like a bit more deeper on why it's good. Like, the surface level is just like, yeah, it's fun, do you mean, let go, blah de blah, who cares? But like, really though, who cares? Like, this is the deeper part. So I watched this guy, and he was basically saying how he suffered with like not a lack of confidence and maybe even like social anxiety and whatever, right? And he said I don't know if he come across like this like teaching or whether he just come up with it himself, but I definitely have implemented this in my life previous to even watching this. Like, I've done it, and that's why I'm potentially like very confident. But he basically said to himself, do you know what? I get like proper nervous and not confident when I'm like around loads of people, like public spaces. I keep thinking, oh, people think I look stupid, or people might think I look ugly, or I'm not dressed good, all that stuff, just lack of confidence. So he said to himself, wherever I am, whoever's around, no matter what, if I get that feeling again, I'm literally just going to lie down on the floor wherever I'm stood. Just lie down. Doesn't matter if it's public area, private, like, do you know what I mean, like in a friend's house, no matter what, I'm gonna lie down on the floor. This is not me, this is some guy. And he said to himself, I'm gonna do that. He goes to the train station, and he's waiting for his train, and he's like, I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable here. And he said, man, like I said, when I get this feeling, I'm gonna lie down on the floor. Oh my god, am I about to lie down on the floor? No. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do it. No. Like, just don't be stupid. Everyone will start looking at you, blah blah. Like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And then he said, no, like, this is why. Do you know what I mean? This is why you're gonna do it. Just lie down on the floor. So within a split second, he just convinces himself. Boom. He just gets on the floor, lies down, and he's looking like in his peripherals a little bit, like sort of like looking at people as they walk past him. And he's going, oh my god, people are looking at me. Why am I doing this? This world is shattering. like in front of him. So he's already been nervous, feeling uneasy and not confident, and maybe a bit of social anxiety anyway, just stood there. Now he's lying down on the floor. Now he looks a fool. Now he looks a buffoon. He's literally, like, the world is ending to this man, yeah. But then he lets 3 seconds pass, what am I old? He lets 3 seconds, 4, 5 seconds pass. You see someone walk past him, look at him and think, wow, that's kind of weird. But then they just turn their head, get on with the day. And as more seconds were passing, he starts realising, do you know what? What I'm doing right now kind of like doesn't matter. Like, yeah, sure, people are looking and going, like, yeah, it's kind of weird. But then they're just getting on with the day. They don't care. Like, this is like a thing, like, if you're suffering with like social anxiety or like, I don't know about social anxiety, I don't want to like get too deep into that, but if it's like a lack of confidence and you think like the world like is going to judge you, they are, but like just not like to the amount that you think. Like, it's not like, what I'm saying right now is meant to be uplifting, but if I wrote it down, it's not uplifting. But just hear me out. No one cares about you. Like, you're not that important, if you get me. In a good way. You're not that important for someone else or a mass majority of people to see you do something and care that much where they're going to judge you that much that's going to affect your life. Like, honestly, they just don't care. People are busy with their day. People have got to get to work. People have got to refill the car. They've run out of petrol. Some people need to pay the bill. Like, there's so much things going on in other people's lives that like they just don't care. So like, this whole like the thing like dancing in public, do it, because at the end of the day, no one cares. They will forget about you in a day. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna remember you in a year. So it's just like, dance in public, lie down on the floor, have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Like, just literally live life, main character energy. Do you know what I mean? Once you get in that routine of main character energy, your life changes, I promise you now. This is a saying that I heard from someone who I really like appreciates, is a successful guy. He said, it's like when you're in, he's American, so he says, it's like when you're in high school and you've got a pimple and you're dead worried about it and you think everyone's looking at it. But in reality, no one's looking at your pimple, like your spot, your big yellow edge, your big horrible spot that you've got on your face. No one's looking at that too much because they're worried about people looking at their spot that they've got on their face. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just not that important. To you, you are the most important thing ever. But to everyone else, you're not. Do you know what I mean? And that's a good thing, because people can get on with the day and you can get on with yours. Do you know what I mean? So, dancing in public, underrated. I went on a massive tangent there, but I hope it's of value to someone. Do you know what I mean? Now we're moving on to one of my favourite categories. I love it. TV and film. I love movies so much. It's good. Like, I can sit there for a long time. I can be zoned into a new little world, if you want, a new little universe. And it's just like so much creativity that's been involved in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's good. I like it. I love TV and film. But some of these I haven't seen. I'm gonna be honest. Even though like so a lot of people over the last few years, I've not watched many movies, to be fair, just because like focusing on uni and other stuff. But previous to uni, I used to watch pretty much a movie every single night, a new movie every night, or a series. But there is gaps in my portfolio of movies that you just think any movie buff would have seen them. So for instance, Goodfellas, not seen it. What else is a big one? Scarface, not seen it. What's other big ones that like everyone would just be like, you surely have seen that? I've not. Can't remember. But the first one here, Nikki has asked, Sopranos. I've actually not seen it. I know it's really meant to be really good. I'm pretty sure it's HBO. HBO always pull out really good series. But I've not seen it, so I'm just going to say it's properly rated. Just because I've not seen. Well, actually, the fact I've not seen it. Now I'm a weird character, so I'm just going to say it's properly rated. But I've not seen it. Right, okay, and Kelsey has asked, I've done them twice, where I got TV info. I'm an idiot, you know. I've duplicated people. I put people, like actors in TV and film. Okay, but Kelsey has asked, the most underrated actor. Most underrated actor. See, this is what I'm saying with the whole momentum thing. This was before he got, I'm thinking of two, right? And both of them have gotten like big parts in things. I think his name's Isaac. I can't remember his second name, but he's in Star Wars now. He's Pow in Star Wars. Before he got the Star Wars job, I thought very underrated actor. I can't remember what his name is. Isaac. Yeah, I can't remember. His name's Isaac though, and I think he's a very talented actor. But he got his role in Star Wars, so now he's like known, I guess. But he didn't have he did have like a main part, but not like the main character. So maybe he'll still have like something further down the line that's his big role. But I think he's very good. But the one I specifically think of all the time, well, there's Jim Carrey, but I've already spoke about him. Matthew McConaughey. I'm telling you now, before he done Mud, if you don't know what Mud is, actually, Mud is basically the role that got him like all the other movies like Interstellar and all his bigger movies that he's been doing. Mud was like the first one that sort of took him to the next level. But before he even done Mud, which took him to the next level, I used to be like obsessed with the man. I used to think he's a very good actor. He's got everything. Handsome, cool, very charismatic man, very cool. He's got a nice style of acting, good like voice, do you know what I mean? Like, he very underrated. For me, he's probably the most underrated actor, but he's gotten like bigger roles now, so it's like he's getting more appreciation as time goes on. But yeah, I used to think Matthew McConaughey, one of the best actors. And he was doing rom-coms, doing romantic comedies, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, unbelievably underrated. What a guy, what a man, what a movie. So Matthew McConaughey, I'd say most underrated. Right, next one is by, I think her name's Fionn, Ffion. For Fionn, I don't know, probably Fionn. Breaking Bad. Okay, Breaking Bad, when I watched it, phenomenal. I thought it was actually really good. However, I didn't finish it. So there's a bit of a, you know what I mean? Something going on there. So basically, I watched it to the point where, this is a bit of a spoiler, I'm going to say someone dies. No one too relevant, do you know what I mean? But the twins, so anyone who's watched Breaking Bad, the twins, I watched it up until the point where the twins died. I went on holiday for 2 weeks to like Spain or something, I don't know, Turkey, I don't know. And then when I came back, I just didn't bother continuing. I just wanted to watch movies, so I did that for like, I don't know, weeks on end. So I don't know, like, from what I've seen, very good. The amount of people that talk about it is a lot. But I didn't finish it. I'm gonna go with properly rated, because I feel like saying overrated would be incorrect, but it's definitely not underrated. Definitely not underrated, but I feel it as well, overrated being correct. So we're gonna go with properly rated. I will finish it one day, but just haven't. Jack's asking, Surf's Up. I've never seen Surf's Up. Jack has been banging on about Surf's Up for months, maybe, potentially. For me to watch it, saying it's the best movie ever. He reckons it's the best movie ever. Surf's Up, let's be honest. Madagascar, great. What else? Over the Hedge, good. Toy Story, phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? I am about, you know, Shrek, unbelievable. I am about the animated movies. But let's be honest, come on, Surf's Up. I haven't watched it, so it's hard for me to say, right? But I'm gonna go with overrated before I've even watched it. At one point, hopefully on the TikTok live, I can do a watch along. We can all watch Surfs Up together, and we'll see. We'll give it a review at the end. But at this present moment in time, it's got to be Overrated. But we'll find out. We will find out. Overrated, Surfs Up. Heather again. Hang on. Yeah, people, we've got three from Heather. Heather, right? I feel like during this podcast, I probably should have done like a Heather count, and it's just like in the corner, and she'd be like, ding, 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 ding. You've literally put like, I don't even know, 10? Put like 10, nah, probably not 10. We've done a lot. But yeah, Heather, she said Forrest Gump. Now, I don't know about Tom Hanks recently. I feel like something weird's going on personally. Putting it out there, I feel like something weird's going on with him. Don't know. I'm just putting it out there that I had some weird feeling about Tom Hanks. However, I'm going to be unbiased with this weird feeling I've got from him. Forrest Gump, great movie. It literally has everything. It has war. It has love. It has heartbreak. It has humour. It has loads of historic kind of like moments and like references. It has like a bit of like motivation about it, like, oh, don't give up, or like, you know what I mean, he gets bullied, but he ends up like making it out of that bullying situation, and you know, he goes and achieves a lot. It's got everything, like everything. I think that's what it's all about, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it's Forrest Gump has everything, and it's got forever. It's going to be underrated purely because phenomenal movie, and it's just completely like. Got it, like I said, it's got everything. Like, I don't know, I like it. I like Forrest Gump a lot. One of my favourite movies, to be fair. I also like is it called Terminal? Terminal. I think it is. Tom Hanks in an airport, and it's a true story. Couldn't believe it, right? He basically is from some Terminal's about this fella who's from a different country, from some mad country. As he's in the air flying, his country becomes no more. It literally, like, it's not a country anymore. I don't know how that even works, but basically, like, I don't know, it just doesn't exist anymore. They've, like, ceased to exist. And he has a passport from this country. As soon as he gets there, they said, oh, like, yeah, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't exist anymore, so, like, we can't, you know, this is not a valid passport now. It sounds like a fake story, but it's actually a true story. I can't believe it, right? So he's flying, ceases to exist, gets to America, and they're like, yeah, you can't use this. You can't leave. You can't go past like the point where like you're gonna leave the airport because you know this country doesn't exist, and you will be like trespassing on the like you know you'll be an illegal alien, that kind of thing, on American soil. So he's like, well, what can I do? And they're like, well, I don't know. You like contact your country, basically, because they cease to exist. There's literally no solution for him. So he literally lives in the airport. He literally just stays in the airport, right? And I'm like, what? And he has this like little romantic story, and he like makes money by like, I don't know, doing stuff. Like I think there's like he literally has no money. Like he's literally like living. He's not like stealing, he's literally like living in the airport, trying to like, you know, pay for things, and he lives in the airport. It's crazy. And like the airport's doing all they can to like kick him out because he's just, at the end of the day, he's like some homeless fella just living in there. And like they can't like just boot him out. I think like legally they can't, if you get me. So they make it uncomfortable for him. They find like ways for him to like kind of so like he finds ways of making money, like I don't know, putting the trolleys away and like shoots out like the pound, if you get me. Like people are putting in like dollars, and when he takes them back, it spits the dollar out, so now he's got money so he can go get food and all that stuff. And they end up like getting rid of the trolleys, or they hire someone to do the trolley job for instead. So now there's no more trolleys just lying around, if you get me. Yeah, I can't remember like what exactly happens in it. I watched it, it was great. But at the end I thought, you know, oh, it's funny that like mad concept, crazy. And then it literally said like, no, at the end of the movie where it has like the writing, and it sort of like says like, oh, like he died at this age, or no, like that kind of stuff, or like he went on 5 years later, he won the world championship, you know, something like that, like, where, and you think, hang on, is this a true story? And so he was in the airport in the movie for like 3 or 4 years or 5 years, and I was like, what? I thought he was only going to be in this for a few months or something like that, a few weeks. It was like 4 years, 5 years, yeah, right? And then it said that's at the end of the movie, right? It said he went on to live in the airport for like 12 years. How does someone live in an airport for 12 years? Makes no sense. It got resolved after like 12 years, basically. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was just like, what? But yeah, that's terrible. Tangents. We need a tangent count as well. That was another tangent. Star Wars. Heather says Star Wars. We need to speed this up because I'm honestly like, I'm just gonna ramble on for like ages. I don't know. How long do we want these podcasts, by the way? You let me know. Comment. You just let me know somehow. Whether it be on the live, whether it be TikTok comments, whether it be YouTube comments, whether it be like Instagram comments. I don't know. I don't really use Instagram. I'm gonna start using Instagram now. That's where I post most of my stuff to do with the podcast for people to like submit. So always keep an eye out for me Instagram stories. Anyway, so Star Wars. I love Star Wars personally. So it's always going to be underrated because I just love Star Wars. In our household, we grew up watching Star Wars and loving it. So yeah, Star Wars, very much underrated, very much moulded a lot of TV as well. I mean, film. But yeah, phenomenal. I love Star Wars. Underrated. The Matrix. So see, I watched The Matrix when I was a young kid, like, you know, young, less than 10. Pardon me. Yeah. So I watched it when I was like younger than 10, I think, something like that, or around 10. So like, I didn't understand the concept of The Matrix watching it. I was just watching it. It was just a bit more action. Oh, you can go slow mo. Oh, he's going into like a different world. Like, I didn't understand it. There wasn't. Oh my god! In The Matrix, not trying to spoil anything, but when they put the thing in his belly button, oh my god, that was literally that ruined me internally. That ruined me for like ages. I used to think about that all the time, and how uncomfortable that scene is. I should watch it again, to be fair. But The Matrix, didn't understand it when I was a kid, so it was just an action movie, if you get me. But me growing up now, and just sort of like understanding stuff and the concept of it, 100% underrated. Underrated. I want to watch it again. I will watch it again, to be fair. I'll probably watch it maybe this weekend. But underrated completely. The concept, at least, what the message that they're trying to give the audience, and you know what I mean, to open their perspective up a bit. Very much underrated. Love it. The next one is, oh god. Okay, people, we're on the last category. It's the one that you've probably been waiting for to some degree. Vulgar / lost souls. So I'm not gonna put. It's a small category, to be fair, because there's not that many awful people in this world. But yeah, so some are lost souls, some are just vulgar. But I'm not really, I don't know if to put the names or not. I don't know. We'll think about it. But the first one is my passing ability. So this isn't vulgar. This is completely a lost soul. It's like, how dare you even assume that I know about your passing ability on a football pitch? I'm gonna say it's overrated, 100%. But yeah, I'm not even. To be honest, looking at them now, I'm not even gonna say overrated, underrated. For some, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, my passing ability, lost soul. This one, semi vulgar, semi lost soul. Get a haircut. Well, guess what? I actually might get a haircut. It's a nice little tangent we can go on. I don't want to see it short hair again, you know. I do like the long hair kind of vibe, but it's getting to summer. I'm thinking, do you know what? Why don't we just cut it? Why don't we just cut our hair, make it short, make it a little bit nice? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. You let me know some point somehow what your opinion is. I'm that type of person who asks their friend, "Oh, do you reckon I do this or that? Like, I'm thinking this, or do you reckon I do that?" And they go, "Oh yeah, I reckon you should do that." And I go, yeah, I'm going to do this, do you know what I mean? I'm going to do the thing I already thought of. So it really doesn't matter what you tell me. I'm probably going to still just do what I want to do. But it's still be nice, do you know what I mean? It's nice to chit-chat. That's what I like. So get a haircut. Thanks for that. I'll take notes. Someone said, like, just to be frank here, right? I've never met these people, right? I've never met these people, right? So some of the stuff, I don't know, a bit crazy. So my BJ's, it's a guy, to be fair. But what? Do you know what I mean? Like, why are you commenting that? Okay, so there's that. There's nice angle. So basically, when I done the post for people to comment these things, I did do an angle where you I mean, you could see like my crotch, I guess. Oh, the next one, your crotch, your crotch. That's the next one. The one after that is pegging your fella. Yeah, sure. If you wanna go peg your fella, do you know what? I'm gonna throw it in there. Underrated. Go peg your fella, people. The bro emoji. Yeah, listen, right. I'm gonna say this as well. This is overrated, right? It's not. I don't like. It doesn't annoy me to the point where I'm like, I hate this. Like, get away from me. It's just like kind of like, ugh, like a bit of an eye roll. The bro, like I call it the bro emoji. It's this, just a fist, right? I just feel like. It's just, do you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, yeah, bro. Like, I actually do this in real life. Like, I do that in real life, though. Like, the little knuckle kind of touch. But it's just like when people put the emoji of just like, they say something, they go, yeah. Just like, yeah, I'll be there. And I'm just like, ugh, bro, yeah, bro. It's just like, ugh, come on. Like, just live your life. The next one is my IBS. I'm going to say the name for this. It's Macy. I just think, like, she's definitely a lost soul, slightly vulgar. But yeah, Macy, like, I need everyone to know Macy has IBS. Apparently, this is how she gets, like, she eases the pain of her IBS. She gets a pencil. I don't know if it's the like rubber side or like the sharp side, but apparently she gets a pencil and just goes all the way up and just spins it round, just like, like imagine you're holding a pencil, you put it in a bottle a little bit, and then you put it like around. You allow the pencil to touch the rim, but it's going like I can explain. Like when you put spaghetti in a pan, in like a pot thing, it like hangs. A lot of it has to hang out, right? She's doing that. She's going like, she's spinning it around the edge, so it gets everywhere. That's what she's doing. So yeah, pencils, Macy's IBS, underrated. How do you pronounce my name? Millie, apparently. I always say her name wrong, to be fair. I say Amelia. Her name's Amelia. Amelia. Honestly, like, why did you put an E on the first part of your name? It just doesn't make any sense. But yeah, they're the vulgar / lost souls of my TikTok / Instagram. They're a lovely group of people. To be fair, I do appreciate them. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's all banter. But you are vulgar. Like, why come at me with your vulgarity? But yeah, I think this could be the end of the podcast. I'm just trying to think. Is there anything I want to say before we go? Before we leave you? I'm going to put it onto Spotify. That is definitely something I'm going to do over the weekend. I'm going to put episode 1 and this episode on. But yeah, I'm probably going to do like a couple more of these kind of things where it's just me, and then maybe I'll get a mate or I'll get a guest or something. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing these. Like, don't get me wrong, I was putting it off a little bit. Like, if I had something else to do, I'd go do the other thing. But I'm pretty happy now I've done it. Do you know what I mean? I've done the first one, done the second one. Like, the more I make it more of a routine, the more I'll be happy. So, like, doing it. But the thought of it, when I have to sit there and talk for an hour and a half-ish, it has to be good. But then, as I'm doing it, I just realised this doesn't even have to be good. I just have to speak. I just have to speak, because at the end of the day, most people are watching this and just thinking, this is kind of just to spend your time, I guess. I don't know, fill your time up. But yeah, it's been a good one. I've enjoyed it. I've went on a few tangents. I've done a few overrated, underrated. Hopefully, you know, you agree with me. Maybe even not. It's good to have discussion. Do you know what I mean? It's good to speak to people who have opposing views to yourself. I actually read a book called The Four Agreements. One of them was, don't take stuff personal. Because if you don't take stuff personal, then you're able to, you know, open your world up to opposing views and, you know, other people's thought processes, and that's only going to improve you. So if you don't agree with the stuff I said, that's fine, that's cool. Let's live together. You can tell me in the comments if you agree with some stuff, if you disagree with some stuff. I don't know, but I'm Danny Roberts, and this was the Danny Roberts Experience, episode 2. Phenomenal time. But yeah, I'm gonna go. It's been amazing. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time, or I'll see you on TikTok. Who knows? See you in a bit. Bye.